God's greatest desire is to draw near you and I. And the tabernacle spoken about in the book of Exodus reveals a lot of truth to us. God at the center, inviting us in, wanting to dwell among us. The entry gate, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. One entrance. Then the altar of sacrifice, as people offered up an animal sacrifice under God's ordinance that they might be forgiven of their sins. The next element, or the next piece of furniture in the tabernacle, was a very large basin. Called it the laver, and it was filled with water. It was for ceremonial cleansing. It wasn't about taking a bath. It was about ceremonially cleansing yourself before you would enter the holy place. Now, most Jews never went into the holy place. The holy place was reserved for the priests only. They would have seen the outer courts. They would have seen the altar of incense. They would have seen the large laver, the cistern full of water. Very few went into the holy place. But what about this laver? What was that for? The priests would ceremonially clean themselves as they were going in, and also while they were coming out. Meaning they're saying, I want to have a clean heart to go and minister to God, and I also want to have a clean heart as I go and minister to God's people. We call it sanctification. It's the process where God is cleaning us from the inside out. Sanctification is a little bit like an iceberg. We all know an iceberg is only 10% above and 90% below the water's surface. And as the sun melts away the portions that are above the surface, new portions rise up above. In the same way, we have sin in our lives that God deals with, and as He deals with it, new things rise to the surface. Things we didn't even know we were dealing with, attitudes or actions that are unpleasing to God. Little by little, the power of His Son melts away this sinful part of our life. And God is calling us to sanctified living. Paul tells his student Timothy to sanctify himself, separate yourself from the world. Listen to what 2 Timothy chapter 2 says. Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from what is dishonorable, he will be a vessel for honorable use, set apart as holy, useful for the master. We welcome God's sanctifying process in our lives, both as we go into His presence and as we go and minister for Him.